I'm going to be honest, I can't go to Iran. I can't deploy to.
Guys, Americans are now refusing deployment to Iran. They have sat together, they have sat down. Some people are saying they will not go. They are not going to go to Iran. Today's video, we are seeing these clips, these reactions of these people, these troops that they have refused to go to Iran. And many people are quitting. Many are quitting their jobs. And some mothers are crying, are begging for help that their sons are in the army and she is not okay. I feel sorry for this woman. I definitely am. I feel sorry. Guys, let's just continue watching these clips to see. I just pray I don't tear up because I am on the verge of crying right now. Just watch with me.
Iran.
And somebody in the White House needs to take Trump and sit his ass the fuck down. Life already hard, now we gotta worry about this bullshit. Ever since you stepped foot in the White House, you ain't did nothing but cause chaos. I'm not getting out there and fighting no motherfucking. I'm on Iran side. I'm on their side. Fuck the U.S. I don't give a damn.
Today is my rest day after my slow 10 miles yesterday. But the only thing I can do is get outside, find some fresh air.
According to a new report, there's been a 1,000% increase in U.S. troops seeking what's called conscientious objector status, meaning they would be objecting to going to fight in the Iran war. A military official said that a ground operation would be an absolute disaster. We don't have a plan for that. We can't even fully defend a single land base in the theater. Additionally, a veteran and a reservist who mentors younger officers told HuffPost her contacts are expressing a loss of faith to a new degree. She said, "I'm hearing out of service members' mouths the words, 'We don't want to die for Israel. We don't want to be political pawns.'" And another reservist in touch with current troops separately reported hearing similar comments. The first reservist continued by saying, "I've shared conscientious objector information 6 times in the past 2 weeks, and I've been in the military almost 20 years. I've never had people reach out this way." The executive director of the Center of Conscience and War said his group in the past would hear from between 50 and 80 troops annually. However, this month he's seen a 1,000% increase, saying at least one new service member now contacts the organization daily. The reservist said the lack of a clear, consistent narrative justifying the Iran war is a key source of discontent among troops, demoralizing those who believe a poorly planned conflict is placing them in unnecessary danger for no identifiable strategic benefit. A 1,000% increase in U.S. troops seeking to avoid this war because there's no reason for it should tell us everything we need to know.
There's a rumor circulating online. I know, hard to believe, right? A rumor circulating in social media? Say it ain't so. But yeah, there's a rumor circulating in social media that American servicemen are refusing to fight in droves in President Warmonger's, quote, excursion, unquote, into Iran. I hadn't heard this one before, so I consulted my favorite rumor debunker, Snopes, to see if it was true. According to Snopes, no, nothing like this is happening. They have not been able to find any evidence suggestive of American soldiers refusing to fight. However, they did find something interesting, and I'll pass this along to you. And again, this is from Snopes. Apparently, an increasing number of American servicemen are inquiring about conscientious objector status. Snopes quoted 2 sources for this information: the Center on Conscience and War and the GI Rights Hotline. Both of those facilities deal with issues like this. They both report that the calls that they've been receiving about conscientious objector status have gone way, way up in the past few weeks. And these are not calls from low-ranking servicemen. These are calls from fighter pilots, officers. They attribute the number of calls increasing to 2 events. Number 1 was the suggestion that American commanders were characterizing this war with Iran as a kind of holy war being waged in Jesus' name. And second was the bombing of an Iranian girls' school that led to the deaths of over 150 students and 14 teachers. Apparently, both of these events have been troubling American servicemen who are considering applying for conscientious objector status so that they don't have to participate in this conflict. My abstention would have more to do with the fact that I don't want to be involved in the taking of another person's life, especially to protect somebody who likely is a suspect in the Epstein child molestation case. At any rate, there you have it, folks. If you see somebody posting this rumor online, feel free to correct them. But do consult Snopes first to confirm.
Pray for peace?
Wow, we are now learning that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth covered up Iranian strikes against Americans in the Middle East and covered up their injuries and never talked about them publicly. According to the New York Times, in the week leading up to the Iranian attack on Friday that killed 2 U.S. soldiers and left 1 service member missing in Jordan, Iran carried out 3 other strikes against U.S. forces in the country. Those attacks injured dozens of U.S. service members and damaged several helicopters, according to U.S. officials who spoke anonymously. But the Pentagon did not disclose the earlier strikes nor the casualties and the damage they inflicted. They are legitimately covering up information about this war so Donald Trump doesn't become even more unpopular than he already is. They are hiding casualty numbers and hiding the amount of strikes that Iran has launched against the United States. It's disgusting.
Would you go to war for America or do some time in prison?
Lock me up, throw away the key, burn it, melt it, throw me under the jail. I don't care. I'm not fighting for this country. I'm allergic to bullets.
The House just passed a bill that automatically registers men ages 18 to 25 into the military draft.
How long is the prison time?
It's a maximum of 5 years, but you're definitely getting fed time.
I'm gonna take the prison.
Why you say that? You don't want to fight for your country?
My country barely likes me like that, for real.
How old are you?
18.
You know what that means, right?
No, I don't. I'm not fighting in no war. You know, chilling there with R. Kelly, you know, probably ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting. I wonder how many other people gonna be in there. You know, you feel me? How many other people that's not gonna be fighting?
I'm going to be honest, I can't go to Iran. I can't deploy to Iran. And it's not because I don't want to. I want to serve my country. It's just that I will be an OPSEC liability in any country filled with pretty caramel-colored women. She's going to be like, what's an op-ord? And I'm going to be like, it's hard to explain. It'd be easier if I just grab one and show you.
In 1980, Iran and Iraq were at war. The day after the Iraqi soldiers captured the city of Khorramshahr, they tied the body of an Iranian girl on a pole on the other side of the Karun River, right where the Iranian soldiers could see it. When the Iranian soldiers saw that, they went across to bring her body back. 3 of them lost their lives, but they brought her back and returned the body to her family so that they could bury her.
بعضی از من ایراد گرفتن. شما برای آوردن یک جسد 3 تا 2 تا شهید دادین. گفتم بله. 10 تا هم بود میدادم. خودم هم اگه لازم بود میرفتم. چرا؟ این صحبت یک دختر آبادان خرمشهری نیست. بله. این ناموس کشور ایرانه. بله. ملت ایرانه. چجوری من قبول کنم جسد یک دختر ایرانی اونجا آویزون بشه من بمونم؟ خب به غیرت من اگه این کارو بکنم.
It's funny that you have no idea who you're dealing with. Iranian men will protect their women even if they have to sacrifice their own lives. That's something you OnlyFans people would not understand.
Hello y'all, it's Deneen J. Sings. I want to read something to y'all about our military right now and this crazy war over oil and stuff. So what I'm reading is, in an unprecedented act of defiance, active duty U.S. Army soldiers at multiple bases across the United States and overseas have begun openly refusing orders to deploy to the escalating war against Iran, publicly denouncing the conflicts as illegal and unconstitutional, and declaring they will not participate in what they call an illegal war of aggression. Videos and statements circulating from Fort Bragg, which is now Fort Liberty, Fort Hood, Fort Campbell, and several overseas posts show soldiers in uniform stating variations of, okay, this is not a defensive war. There is no imminent threat to the homeland. Congress never declared war. We will not deploy to kill and die for oil, politics, or foreign lobbies. We swore an oath to the Constitution, not to endless wars. I applaud them. The refusals, estimated in the low thousands so far, but are growing rapidly, represent the most significant military dissent since Vietnam. Key developments here. Entire platoons and companies reportedly standing down from pre-deployment training, soldiers citing lack of congressional authorization under Article 1, Section 8, some invoking, I don't know what this is, Nuremberg principles, and the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is called UCMJ, Article 92, lawful orders only. Viral clips showing troops burning their deployment orders or turning in gear. Immediate fallout. Pentagon placed multiple units on lockdown. Court martials and Article 15 proceedings already initiated. The White House called the refusals mutiny and disgraceful. And Trump posted on Truth Social. Can y'all tell me why we get our news from the White House through social media? If somebody can tell me that and how that makes professional, political, and presidential sense, I would really appreciate it if somebody could tell me why we get our news from social media, from a social media platform. But anyway, our President Trump posted on Truth Social, traitors in uniforms with an exclamation point. We'll root them out. The military must obey or be replaced. Defense Secretary reportedly in emergency meetings, desertion and insubordination charges expected within hours. Recruiting numbers plummeted overnight. Enlisted centers saw walkouts. Stock futures plunged another 5.1%. And gold hit record highs. The social media, of course, social media reaction has been explosive. Over 18 million posts. One says our soldiers are heroes for refusing illegal orders. Pro-Trump people are saying this is Biden's woke military sabotaging Trump. Y'all, everything is somebody else's fault, right? Ain't nobody sabotaging Trump. Trump sabotaging himself. Oh! And they're saying court-martial them all. The polls are shifting, though. The Americans now say soldiers have the right to refuse unconstitutional orders. And they do. Refusal of unlawful orders is protected under the UCMJ and international law, but determining unlawfulness is complex without congressional declaration. The mass refusal could paralyze deployment timelines and force reliance on reserves or contractors. If proven widespread, it risks total fracture between commander-in-chief and the force, a crisis unseen since the Civil War era. Congress may be forced to deauthorize or declare war to restore discipline. That is absolutely horrible that this man has started an illegal war and has put so much in force. It's like a domino effect. They may have to declare war, which they never approved in the first place because of what's going on. This is horrible. With troops refusing orders, markets crashing, and the Iran war spiraling, the United States now faces a dual crisis: military mutiny at home and escalation abroad. In the next 24 to 72 hours, they could determine whether the chain of command holds or collapses entirely. What do you think? Are the soldiers right to disobey orders that they consider unconstitutional because their oath was to the Constitution? What do you think?
According to a new report, there's been a 1,000% increase in U.S. troops seeking what's called conscientious objector status, meaning they would be objecting to going to fight in the Iran war. A military official said that a ground operation would be an absolute disaster. We don't have a plan for that. We can't even fully defend a single land base in the theater. Additionally, a veteran and a reservist who mentors younger officers told HuffPost her contacts are expressing a loss of faith to a new degree. She said, "I'm hearing out of service members' mouths the words, 'We don't want to die for Israel. We don't want to be political pawns.'" And another reservist in touch with current troops separately reported hearing similar comments. The first reservist continued by saying, "I've shared conscientious objector information 6 times in the past 2 weeks, and I've been in the military almost 20 years. I've never had people reach out this way." The executive director of the Center of Conscience in War said his group in the past would hear from between 50 and 80 troops annually. However, this month he's seen a 1,000% increase, saying at least one new service member now contacts the organization daily. The reservist said the lack of a clear, consistent narrative justifying the Iran war is a key source of discontent among troops, demoralizing those who believe a poorly planned conflict is placing them in unnecessary danger for no identifiable strategic benefit. A 1,000% increase in U.S. troops seeking to avoid this war because there's...
Just want to let everybody know that United States military service members have the right to refuse illegal orders, to fight in illegal wars, and to obey their constitution and not just superiors. If all soldiers unanimously come together and be like, we don't want to fight in this illegal war, the war that you put us in, that you didn't get congressional approval from, then they do not have to fight in this war. The only reason why so many people are allowing this, and US soldiers are allowing this, is because they are afraid of the consequences. They are afraid of the president, they are afraid of the higher power, and they are afraid of anything else that comes afterwards. Consequences is not their cup of tea. The consequences may be terrifying. I would rather you stand up to your corrupted government over you dying in a war that you have no business being in. And I'm sorry to break it to you, to all the soldiers who are fighting overseas right now, you are not winning this war. It is impossible to defeat a nation that will never give up. Iran and its military would defend their country until their dying breath. You guys are there to conquer. They are here to defend. And in the hands of the defender, rage is an incredibly powerful tool. They are angry, they are scared. America killed hundreds of their sisters, daughters, and cousins. They want revenge. America doesn't have any of those tools. You are fighting a losing battle. So why continue to fight in this war? Because you don't have a choice? You'd be surprised how much of a choice you actually have. Allowing this to happen, obeying your corrupted governments, dying in a war you don't belong in, that is not bravery. That is cowardice. Sure, I'm on Iran's side. For better or worse, they are defending themselves and we are the invaders. And that's we, America. But still, good luck to yourself. Try to live.
You see those people that say they are allergic to bullets and they are not going to go. That was funny right there. Then some people are saying, I don't want to say it, but I'll keep what I have in mind. Please tell me in the comment section what you think. Do you think these people should go and save their country? Because they are going to Iran in question. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, because I don't know what to say again. I just feel sorry. I definitely feel sorry for them. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel. It will definitely go a long way. Hit that subscription bell, turn on your notifications so that when next I drop my next video, you will be instantly notified. So you'll be the one of the first people to watch the best videos I am going to drop. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for for watching this episode with me. Bye.